Happy Tuesday. It's Tom. You remember last week I sent out a memo about some of our organizational challenges and about some of our ideas for how we can improve our organization. And so many of you sent back your own feedback. I got a lot of ideas from you. This is just a small selection of the many emails I've received. Please understand and note that I have read every single one of these. I'm continuing to go through them. And although I haven't yet had a chance to respond to each of you personally, I greatly appreciate your feedback. I greatly appreciate your input. And this is what we need in this organization. We need folks in every level of the organization telling us what you need to do your job better to help the families and children of Georgia. A couple of organizational changes we have made. As you know, we've had workforce development as a key part of our blueprint for change. And so this past week I made Ms. Carol Christopher my Chief Operating Officer with the specific task of creating really a unit within our organization to focus on workforce development, to focus on recruiting, hiring, retaining, and mentoring, especially not only our younger field staff, but certainly everyone through the organization, so that we can do a much better job of helping you do your jobs. Secondly, Ms. Dahlia Bell Brown, who many of you know has really worked on our State of Hope program for some time, has a new title. It's Deputy Director for Strategy, Innovation, and Engagement. And what that really means is this. In addition to the State of Hope, we have got to reach out to communities all over the state, to local organizations, and also to state foundations and nonprofit organizations and others who can come in and help us do this work. You who are out there in the field doing this work know what the needs are, and you can help us through Dahlia's new unit to get that message out to those who have the financial resources and the time and the will and the volunteer spirit to help us out. So along those lines, as you may know, the State of Hope application is open. Remember last year we got about 60 applications. This year we have opened those again, and Ramirez is going to put the website for the State of Hope program here on the screen. But please talk to your members of your church or your faith group or your nonprofit organization or your neighbors and anybody in your community who you think who says they have a good idea that could help us either with our children who are in need of assistance or our families who need to be helped to move from a state of dependency to a state of self-sufficiency. Any great ideas they have, I want to invite those folks to come, and in fact our own employees, become a member or a part of our State of Hope, either part of our ecosystem, part of our technical assistance program, and of course some of these organizations will actually get some seed funding. By bringing together everyone in our system, volunteers, faith groups, nonprofits, experts, and of course all of us who work at the agency, we can do much better to help the people of Georgia. A couple of other things I want to note. Number one, the SNAP program, as you remember, we had to release benefits early. The February benefits were released in January because of the government shutdown. We're going to try to get back on schedule by releasing half of the March benefits on March 2nd and the other half at the regular time that folks will receive them. That way families will get a little bit caught up and we'll get back on a regular schedule for March, or for April rather. And then we are in the middle of legislative session. I think our budget discussions with the legislature are going well. The legislature and the governor's office have been very supportive of our agency. There's one piece of legislation that we are going forward with right now, and that is a bill that, if enacted, would give our juvenile court judges more authority to help us keep children unnecessarily out of foster care. And so we'll be able to ask the judges not necessarily to remove a child, but to put in a temporary ex parte protective order to order that a child stay with a relative or a neighbor for a couple of days, order that someone leave the home, and then we can bring the entire family and come before the court and talk to the judge and have the attorneys for the parent and the child and our attorneys. We can have a discussion about where that case should go without unnecessarily removing that child. So it's an exciting time, and it's especially exciting time for me. Yesterday, Governor Kemp was kind enough to make my appointment as DFACS Director official. I was sworn in yesterday afternoon, and it is going to be my privilege and my honor to serve you, I hope, for a long time to come. I look forward to working together with you to make this agency the best it can be, to make our jobs of serving Georgia's families purposeful, meaningful, joyful, and effective. So thanks, y'all. I'll see you.